Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success while others, just as talented and hardworking, struggle? What if I told you the secret isn't luck or connections or even just hard work alone? What if the most powerful tool for achievement is something you already possess, something you carry with you every second of every day? After decades spent dissecting the habits, philosophies, and most importantly, the minds of those who achieved greatness, interviewing hundreds upon hundreds of remarkable men and women, one truth stands out above all others, as clear and undeniable as the dawn. It is a truth that, once fully grasped and applied, can transform your life in ways you can scarcely imagine. The starting point of all achievement, my friends, is thought. Yes, it sounds deceptively simple, doesn't it? We all think. From the moment we wake until we close our eyes and sleep, our minds are a constant stream of consciousness, a bustling marketplace of ideas, worries, plans, and observations. But I'm not speaking merely of the fleeting whims, the idle daydreams, or the anxious worries that drift through the mind like clouds on a breezy afternoon. I'm speaking of directed thought. I'm speaking of the conscious, deliberate, and powerful act of thinking with a purpose, with intention, with a clear aim in mind. This is not a philosophical abstraction. This is a practical, demonstrable principle. Look around you. Truly look at the world that humanity has built. Everything you see, everything you interact with. The device you're using to watch this, the chair you might be sitting on, the building you are in, the very roads that connect our towns and cities, the vast networks of communication that span the globe. Every single one of these tangible realities began as a thought in someone's mind. Before it was shaped by human hands, before it was built with tools and materials, it was an idea, a concept, a mental image held with conviction and nurtured into being. Let me share with you a glimpse into the lives of some of the extraordinary individuals I had the privilege of studying. Consider Andrew Carnegie, the man who built a steel empire that fueled the industrial growth of a nation. When I first met Mr. Carnegie, he was already a man of immense wealth and influence, but he didn't start that way. He began with very little, just a young immigrant with a fierce determination and, crucially, a powerful thought about what he wanted to achieve. He didn't just wish for success. He thought about it constantly. He visualized it. He planned for it. His mind was a furnace, not just for melting iron ore, but for forging the very concept of his future empire. He held the thought of becoming a leader in industry so strongly that it guided his every action, his every decision, attracting to him the knowledge, the people, and the opportunities he needed. Then there was Thomas Edison, the prolific inventor whose creations illuminated the world. Edison's laboratory was a place of tireless experimentation, a testament to the power of persistence. But what fueled that persistence? It was an imagination constantly generating new ideas, new possibilities, new thoughts about how to harness electricity, how to record sound, how to create moving pictures. He wasn't afraid to fail thousands of times because each perceived failure was simply a result that didn't align with his desired thought. He learned from it, adjusted his thinking, and continued to hold the mental image of the successful invention until he found the physical means to bring it forth. His was a mind that dared to think the seemingly impossible and then set about making it real. And consider Henry Ford. He didn't invent the automobile. No, others had already conceived of horseless carriages. But Henry Ford had a different thought. He envisioned an automobile that the average family could afford, a vehicle that would liberate people and change the very fabric of society. This thought, this powerful idea of mass production and affordability, became his driving force. He faced immense skepticism, financial hurdles, and engineering challenges, but he held onto that thought, that mental image of a world where ordinary people could own cars, and he organized his plans, his resources, and his efforts around making that thought a reality. These were not accidents of fate. These were not random occurrences. They were the direct result of minds that understood, perhaps intuitively at first, the incredible creative power they possessed. They dared to think big, to think differently, and to hold those thoughts firmly in their minds until they found a way to bring them into physical form. They were living proof that the starting point of all achievement is indeed thought. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. You might be saying to yourself, Mr. Hill, this sounds inspiring, but I think all the time, and I don't see fortunes appearing before me. I don't see my dreams magically manifesting. And you're absolutely right to question this. Thinking alone, without direction, without intensity, without persistence, is indeed like scattering precious seeds on barren ground or trying to power a magnificent engine with only a faint whisper. You need more than just thoughts. You need to understand the nature of thought and, crucially, how to cultivate it effectively. Your mind, my dear listener, is not merely a passive receptacle for information or a chaotic jumble of random impulses. It is a vibrant, fertile garden. It is capable of producing the most beautiful flowers of creativity, the most abundant harvest of success, or it can become choked with the thorny weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation. The quality of your life, the nature of your achievements, the very fabric of your reality is determined in large part by the thoughts you plant and nurture in that garden. Negative thoughts, thoughts of doubt, fear, limitation, poverty, failure, jealousy, anger, these are the insidious weeds. They are easily sown by the world around us, by past experiences, by the opinions of others. If left unchecked, they will overrun the garden, suffocating any possibility of positive growth. They will attract circumstances that align with their destructive nature, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of struggle and disappointment. If you constantly dwell on why you can't do something, and if you repeatedly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you are destined for failure, your mind, in its remarkable efficiency, will diligently find reasons and create circumstances to support that thought. And your actions, your energy, your very outlook will follow suit. You will quite literally think yourself into failure. But positive thoughts, thoughts of possibility, faith, abundance, success, health, happiness, gratitude, resilience, these are the precious seeds of opportunity. When planted with care, nurtured with unwavering belief, and given the energy of a burning desire, they will grow into the magnificent reality you envision. If you consistently focus on what you can achieve, if you visualize your success with vivid detail, if you affirm your capabilities, your mind will begin to seek out the pathways, the resources, the connections, and the solutions to make it happen. You will attract circumstances that are in harmony with your positive mental attitude. You will think yourself into success. This is not mere optimism, though. A positive mental attitude is a vital component, the sunshine that helps your seeds grow. This is a fundamental principle of the universe, as reliable as the law of gravity, as consistent as the tides. Your dominant thoughts, the thoughts you hold most often and with the most intensity, have a magnetic quality. They send out a vibration, a frequency that attracts to you circumstances, people, and opportunities that are in harmony with their nature. Like attracts like. It is a simple yet profound truth that governs the seen and unseen forces of the world. Many people underestimate the power of their own minds because they have never been taught how to use this power effectively. They allow their thoughts to be dictated by external circumstances, by the news they consume, by the opinions of others, by the challenges they face. They become reactive, responding to life's challenges instead of proactively creating the life they desire. They are like sailors who allow their ship to be tossed about by every storm, never raising the sails or adjusting the rudder. But you, by taking the time to listen to these words, are demonstrating a desire to take control. You are recognizing that you are not merely a passenger in life buffeted by forces beyond your control. You are the captain of your own ship, and the rudder, the compass, and the engine are all located within your own mind. The potential within your mind is staggering. It is a universe of untapped power. It is capable of solving problems you haven't even encountered yet. It can generate ideas that can change your life, your community, and even the world. It can connect you with a source of intelligence far greater than your own conscious awareness, providing flashes of insight and inspiration that seem to come from beyond. But this potential remains dormant, like a powerful engine without fuel, without a skilled operator, unless you consciously engage it and direct its power. So, where do you begin this journey of conscious creation? You begin by becoming acutely aware of your thoughts. Just as a skilled gardener must first survey their plot to see what is growing, identifying the weeds, the healthy plants, and the bare spots, you must observe the thoughts that occupy your mind. What is the dominant narrative playing in your head? Are your thoughts predominantly positive or negative? Are they focused on what you desire or what you fear? Are they empowering you or limiting you? This self-awareness, this honest appraisal of your internal landscape, is the critical first step in taking control. Once you're aware, you can begin to exercise your inherent power of choice. You have the ability, a divine right almost, to choose which thoughts you will entertain and which you will dismiss. And it takes practice, certainly. The The weeds of negative thinking have likely been growing, perhaps unchecked for a long time, their roots deeply embedded. But with conscious effort, with consistent vigilance, and with unwavering persistence, you can begin to uproot them and deliberately plant the seeds of your desired future. This is where the principles we will discuss in the coming days come into powerful play. A burning desire provides the intense emotional fuel for your positive thoughts, giving them the energy to grow and manifest. A definite chief aim gives those thoughts a clear target, a precise destination. Faith provides the unwavering conviction, the fertile soil in which your thought seeds can take root and flourish. Autosuggestion is the powerful tool you use to program your subconscious mind with these powerful, life-affirming thoughts, bypassing the conscious mind's tendency towards doubt. Organized planning is how you translate those powerful thoughts and desires into concrete, actionable steps. Persistence is the unyielding force that keeps you moving forward despite challenges, setbacks, and temporary defeat. The mastermind principle shows you the power of aligning your thoughts and efforts with others. Do not be discouraged if this seems like a monumental task, a mountain too high to climb in one go. Every great journey, every towering achievement, every profound transformation begins with a single step, a single conscious thought. And your first step, the most crucial one today, is recognizing and accepting this fundamental truth. Your thoughts are the starting point. They are the raw material from which you will build your achievements, your happiness, your entire life. Today, I urge you to simply begin observing your thoughts with a newfound awareness. Pay attention to the internal dialogue that runs through your mind. Identify the thoughts that empower you and the thoughts that limit you, and for just a few moments, consciously, deliberately, choose to focus on a positive thought, a thought related to something you deeply desire. Hold it in your mind, visualize it with clarity, feel the emotions associated with its attainment. This is the beginning of conscious creation. This is the first step in harnessing the incredible, dormant power that lies within you. It is the starting point of all achievement. Embrace this truth, and you have taken the first most vital step on the path to a life of purpose, abundance, and fulfillment. In our next conversation, we will delve into the vital importance of cultivating a burning desire, the intense emotional fuel that gives your thoughts the power to manifest. It is not enough to merely think about what you want. You must feel it with every fiber of your being, transforming a simple thought into a powerful driving force. But for today, reflect on this profound truth. Your mind is the starting point. The power is within you. Begin to wield it wisely, consciously, and with purpose. Until tomorrow, remember, what the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. Go forth and begin to think your way to the life you desire.